Tweets about body count has been trending in the past 2 days, and Agbajondo made this tweet. As far as I am concerned, talks about female body count is childish. As long as she didn't gather them through prostitution, then it doesn't matter. In some cases, deceitful men are the ones who increase the body count, and most cases, multiple failed relationships end. Let me respond to this properly. Talking about female body count is childish doesn't make the topic disappear. It just avoids it. Adults are allowed to have standards. Adults are allowed to filter who they want to commit to. Now, here is the uncomfortable part people don't like hearing. High female body count often correlate with reduced ability to emotionally bond long term. That is not an insult. That is a pattern backed by psychology and relationship data. Sex doesn't happen in a vacuum. So past sexual experiences create comparison. Comparison affects satisfaction. It affects intimacy. It affects compatibility. You don't reset your nervous system just because you decide to settle down. Whether those bodies came from hookups or relationships doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't magically erase the signal. Past behavior still reflects boundaries, discernment, impulse control, and decision making. And let's be honest for a second. Most men do not want to walk into a room where several men have already slept with their partner. That is not insecurity, that is social and biological reality. Status, respect, and peer bonding matter to men, whether people like it or not. And blaming men for women's sexual history also removes female agency. It cancels this freedom that comes with feminism. If women have autonomy, they also have their own choices. You can't demand freedom, then outsource responsibility. Multiple failed relationships are not moral crimes, but they are still information. Patterns tell stories. Body count can also indicate discernment. Whether someone delays gratification, whether they choose wisely, whether they had strong guidance, or a male figure they respected growing up. Preferences are not insult. Standards are not hatred. You are free to live how you want, and others are free to choose accordingly. You can't call it childish. Let me add something important here. No man in 2026 is saying, if she is not a virgin, I won't marry her. That is a straw man. Statistically speaking, most women are not even virgins. And many men, in short, most men understand that. But acknowledging reality doesn't mean preferences disappear. Do you get? Virginity is still the most preferred option for men. And in the absence of it, men or most men are still comfortable with low body count, usually below double digits. That is the actual middle ground nobody wants to admit. Now, let's talk numbers, not feelings, numbers. Imagine a 25 years old woman with 10 body count. Even if we assume she only became sexually active at, let me say, 15 with her legal peers, of course, that still means roughly one new partner per year. You mean to tell me she had 7 to 10 serious relationships in that short time span? That alone would be alarming. Okay, let's be generous. Say she had 4 to 5 relationships within that time. How did she rack up the remaining bodies? That means she consistently had sex with men she was not committed to. Not once, but repeatedly. Which story are we running with here? Make me understand it. Was she deceived 10 times in a row? Or did she make conscious choices with her clear eyes? Because at some point, we have to stop infantilizing grown women. Agency cuts through both ways, whether man or woman. Now, let's take it further. Imagine a 30 years old woman with 25 body count, and people are seriously telling men, you are insecure if you care about a woman's body count. That is not empowerment, that is gaslighting. Gaslighting 101. Because at some point, calling everything failed relationships and deceit start looking like something else entirely. You are not defending women, you are normalizing transactional intimacy while pretending it is commitment. Oh my goodness. I will just say this: the preferences are not insults, patterns are not hatred, and accountability is not oppression. Men are allowed to look at history and decide who they want to have or build their future with, whether we like it or not. Sexual past is a very, very good indicator of whom a person is, especially for women. That's what I have to say about this. If you like, go and marry an Olosho disguised under the umbrella of failed relationships. I have 30 body count. Are you telling me within 30 years you have had 30 serious relationships? If you cannot be in serious relationships, that means you have a problem. 30 people dated you or 15 people dated you and none of them found you worthy to be kept, to be committed to. You are just run through and somebody is saying body count doesn't matter. Man, it's crazy. It's 2026. Men are hustling more to get less. God damn it.